Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Blood and Steel. Now, as you can see, we are currently being besieged by Count Niaucha from the Kingdom of Rhodoks. So, we will be defending with our mighty 642 strong army against his 445. Now, I was actually waiting here to regenerate my health a little bit and wait for the actual castle to become garrisoned. But unfortunately, he was rather quick on the draw before I could actually stop myself waiting. So here we are, we're in this rather extravagant pickle, should I say, and we're going to be able to take him down rather easily, I would hope, at least. Mainly because we have so many mercenary cannoneers, and I have added one Aleph also to our ranks. And I do know that you can actually see 4 at the moment, but I only have 3 in my army, as one is the auto-garrisoned unit. And also, I have increased the difficulty by, I believe, around 15%. That means my units are going to take more damage, I am going to take more damage, and we're going to see how well we can actually do like that, because one of you suggested that if I increase the difficulty, I add an Aleph or some Alephs, and I have added one Aleph, so hopefully that will be fine to actually assist us. As you can see at the moment, though, we actually seem to be doing a remarkable job at taking down the enemy units. Thankfully, I actually have a space here to do some damage with my pistol, and it's been actually quite a while since we've seen my pistol, so I thought, well, why not? Let's get it out and actually do some damage with it, instead of using the Aleph cannon, that is, because, as you know, the Aleph cannon is incredibly overpowered, and should probably only be used in rather dire situations, I would say. And to that end, I believe probably using it against perhaps an army of darkness, maybe a little bit, just to assist us there, might actually be the way to go. Now, I would like to get down here to take down the enemy Aleph, so let's jump and run over there as quickly as we possibly can, and then we can hopefully fight him on the field rather than fighting him in the castle defense, because as you can see, they get absolutely slaughtered and they can actually not do anything. So 145 troops was taken down. The enemy has now been forced to retreat, which is good. Now, I did actually want to do this on camera instead of doing it off screen, so we are going to talk to the Guildmaster before we do anything else. And to that end, I would like to purchase a productive enterprise. So let's take a look here at what we can actually get. I'm hoping that we'll be able to make a smithy, I suppose. Well, let's actually just take a look here. 20,000 dinars a month, and it only costs us 17,500. So I think that is probably the way to go. There we are, very nice. Okay, so, shall we ask if he has a job? Actually, I was looking for someone to escort a caravan. Perhaps you can do that. I'm going to send a caravan of goods to Cuba. However, with all those bandits and deserters on the road, you will earn 273 dinars. Okay, well, this seems to be a rather early game quest, so I don't think I will be doing that just at the moment, at least. It would be quite nice to get some relation with Suno, so perhaps doing that at a later point might actually assist us. But at the moment, as you can probably tell, we are going to be taking down Count Niaucha in a field battle, and we can actually test out our newly acquired difficulty settings. So, let us now see who he is the lord of. Fedna and Istinia. I believe they are only villages, so I am a little bit skeptical about why he would actually want to attack us, considering he only has 2 villages to defend. But let's actually see. I was trying to persuade him, but it seems he is not open to negotiation. So, we will give him the only other option we have, and that is to destroy him, of course. So, let's actually get our units in a really good position here as well. This is actually a very, very good battlefield for us, I would hope. So, let's just see how that's going to go. Okay, I just have to get used to this, actually. I think I actually have my pistol in the wrong slot here. I think I have it in my primary slot, and I need my axe in my primary slot. I think I'll do that after this. Oh, no. A equipment and sorting it out. Inventory management. It's terrible for me. Oh no. Okay, well, we are going to attempt to have a really good formation going on here because obviously I have increased difficulty, so we are going to be taking a few more casualties than usual. I would hope that we actually won't crash into our cavalry that much, just like we did. Amazing. Thankfully, we do have Templar defenders, and wow, these guys, they are killing things from all the way over here. Wow. Now, you know what I'd like to see? I would like to see a battle between Templar defenders and Noldor troops, because these guys are incredibly good, and the Noldor from Prophecy of Pendar are also very similar in nature to how they act, and actually are very effective too. So yes, that would be a very interesting fight indeed. I wonder whether someone will come up with some sort of crossover between these two mods. That would be extravagant to say the least as well. But yes, you never know, we may see something of the sort. That would take quite a bit of work though, and collaboration, so I don't expect anything. But can you imagine Templar defenders versus Noldor rangers and Maiden rangers and so forth? Wow. Okay, well, it seems at the moment we're actually doing quite well. As you can see, they are actually having difficulty with the river, and that is the main reason why I wanted to stay on this side, so that as soon as they entered our side of the river, our cavalry could chase them down and destroy them. I think it might actually be a good idea to attack them right now, would it? With our cavalry? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's go in, guys. I'll charge in with you. Let's do it. Even though there are only a handful left, I really do appreciate not taking any casualties, of course, because you never know what we may be attacking after this, and these guys are actually renowned for doing a lot of damage to my horse. Yes, like that. Oh my goodness, no. Well, at least my horse was only crippled, so I get a chance to use maybe my camel, or maybe the new horse that we actually picked up in the last battle. So, yes, there we are. It seems as though that was actually way too easy, even though I still have, as I say, my difficulty settings have increased. So, yeah, I suppose it was mainly due to the fact that most of their really powerful units actually charged into the siege, and they are a little weakened from that as a result. So, yeah, I think we are not exactly in the worst spot ever, and again, we are placed on a great advantage right here, on this side of the river. I'm actually wondering what we should do here, because they only have 83 remaining, and it might actually be advantageous of us to actually just charge in immediately with our cavalry. Well, I'll tell you what, I will actually just wait here for a second, let our Alephs get off a few shots, let our Templar defenders whittle them down a little bit, and then we will charge our cavalry in right now. Let's do it. Let's charge our infantry as well, even though they may be a little bit too slow. The enemy is now breaking ranks. I think it may be a little bit too late for them to do so, considering our Alephs are completely decimating them. Yes, maybe advancing my Aleph count to 3 was a little bit overkill, even though I assumed that I was actually going to be fighting a large amount of enemies soon, because I saw a vassal with 770 troops, and I imagined I was going to be fighting him, but apparently not. So, yes, we were given this vassal in his place. I don't suppose he was very happy with that. But yes, there we are. I didn't actually get to do anything in that battle. Wow, we just have amazing vantage points right there. That is the main reason we are actually able to do much there, but there we are anyway. Let's take some of these elite units. I think we can take quite a few. Yes, there we go. And another Templar Paragon to add to the ranks. And now we will access, ooh, the loot. Very good. Okay, well, seeing as we have a crippled horse now, I will be using something else. Now, it is a decision between the Destrier, I believe is how you say it, and the Imperial Charger or the War Camel. So, seeing as we haven't used the... oh my goodness. The Destrier has even more armor than the War Camel? That is insane. I had no idea that that was the case. Okay, well, maybe we'll be using the destrier for one, and then we'll use the camel for the next one, perhaps. Okay, so I think we'll add the destrier for this next fight, and we'll see what else we can do here. Let's just take all this loot, why not? Seems to be all very useful, after all. And there we go, I think that is it. I am still looking for a large shield, because my one is 79 size at the moment, so maybe it would be quite nice to get a new one. But anyway, I will continue to wait here for some time. Hopefully get Suno garrisoned soon, and we will also garrison one of our additional Alephs in here just to give it a little bit more security. So, I will cut away, and once it has been garrisoned, I will cut back. Okay, so we are no longer at Suno, as it has been garrisoned, and I saw these particular fellows right here, undead scouts, pass by Suno, and I was like, oh yes, we need to fight these for sure. Now, the only unfortunate thing I am currently seeing in their composition at the moment is that they only have around 23 undead units themselves, so yes, we're not actually going to be fighting a large amount of them, which is actually a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that we'd be able to fight a little more of those, but anyway, they are undead scouts, so we should probably take them down, shouldn't we? And as you can see, the models are absolutely scary as hell, but anyway, we will brave through it and go to take them down. Charge the enemy. Oh yes, they only have 196, so this should be very easy indeed, but I was hoping that they would have more undead units, as I say. But anyway, hopefully they will prove to be quite a formidable foe, because at the moment we are currently decimating most things, and I'm not entirely sure whether we need to increase the difficulty even further, although the main issue I think at the moment we're having is that they don't even get to us. If they got to us in our position, then whoa, okay. This is probably going to be pretty tricky, because as you can see, the remnants are rushing across the battlefield like nothing else. They actually have already met our forces in battle, as you can see, and they have already been taken down, most of them, which is actually rather impressive, to say the least, for our units anyway, because I was imagining that we would have quite a few casualties. As you can see, our first casualty is a mercenary cannoneer, and he was only knocked unconscious. So, yeah, this is a little strange, I have to admit. I am riding my destrier though, so this is actually very nice indeed. As you can see, this horse is very fast, it can charge and do a lot of damage, and it has overwhelming amounts of armor, which is what I need, considering I run into situations I cannot possibly win at some points. So it would help to have a horse that can't die. Oh yes. But yes, I think, seeing as the little bit of news I didn't actually tell you during the off-screen time, the Rhodoks have now made peace with us. I did accept their offer to make peace. Seeing as that has now happened, I think we might actually want to head down into the Army of Darkness area and maybe take on some of their parties if we can. And if that is indeed possible, then that would be quite fun, I think, to do. So let's actually go and try that after this. Let's just try and loot as many of these guys as we can. Oh, we can't get any mercenary horsemen. That's unfortunate. They turn into mercenary cavalry, I believe, and then, of course, Templar paragons. Maybe we can remove something else that we don't necessarily want, such as these regulars, maybe? Let's just get 5 of those. And then take these guys. Yeah, I like Templar paragons a lot, you see, so I think that would probably be quite useful. And now I suppose we can take some prisoners. Not entirely sure whether this is worth it, considering they do have very scarce amounts of elite units, but I suppose it's okay. Well, I'm just having difficulty actually choosing here because they don't have too many elites. Okay, well, I think that should be fine. Regulars? Should I just take all of them? Yes, why not? Go for it. Yay, there we go. Okay, so that should be fine. And now, I guess, considering we haven't actually sold yet, which is my bad, we will be taking quite a few of these, and we actually get a skeleton horse. So, I suppose I'll take that for novelty's sake, because it's actually pretty cool to have. Now, I do have my Aleph cannon still, just in case we actually need that. So, there we are. Okay, so there we go, very nice. Now I will head back to Suno, I will sell, and I will also cut away for this. And once I am done, we should be down in the Saranid territory, and potentially trying to find one of the undead armies. Okay, so here we are. We have arrived in the desert lands, and as you can see, we are pursuing an undead horde of 377. I am a little bit skeptical about whether we'll be able to pull this off, actually, because at one point they were actually chasing us, now they're running away from us, so I'm not entirely sure what was going on with that. They do have 40 flesh golems, though, so I think this may actually be quite difficult, so I think we're gonna go in now. Let's see it. Oh, yes. There we go. Mortals! Another undead horde. To arms. Yes, there we go. We have 643, and they have 377. So, yes, they do have undead units, though, as I was wanting to fight, so here we are. I have my wish. This is going to be actually quite difficult, I imagine, because the remnants rush across the map in no time at all, and I suppose then the flesh golems provide the muscle. So we are going to hopefully set up at the top of this hill as quickly as we can. Come on, guys, let's get over here. Let's get our infantry in front of our archers. Let's get our cavalry all the way over there on that hill, and prepare for the huge waves of undead hordes roaming over the sand dunes. Oh no. Okay, so as long as I can get all of my archers into position before anything happens, I think we should be okay. Let's get our Alephs over here as well, just in case. We are probably going to require them, because, yeah, knowing these guys, they're probably going to be fiendishly difficult to actually kill. As you can see, they are actually doing damage to us already, and that's actually impressive to say the least. Also, one of our cataphract units has already gotten a kill from one of the Death Knight's skeleton archers, so that's always good to see, I must admit. And there we are, Aleph cannon shot went off, and oh my goodness, it appears to be the battle of the archers at the moment. So who knows who's going to win? It seems as though they might actually win. I'm going to send my infantry to charge in now, because it seems they are sending their cavalry. So, let us hold our ground, fellows. We will do it no problem at all, considering we have Sisters of Mercy and Rusky Soldats, of course. And there is one of the remnants charging in and actually taking down one of our cavalry horses. But now we will charge our cavalry in, and we will see how well they do against that. Let's do it. Sister of Mercy was taken out by a flesh golem. I'm hoping we can actually take out one of those guys, so we can see how much XP they actually award to us. And I thought I actually attacked someone there, but it seems as though I was a little mistaken. Where are the flesh golems? I think they may have all died. Did they all just die? Oh, this is going to be disappointing if it's too easy. Oh no. Okay, well, there we are. We took out a skeleton archer. We only received 488 experience for them. So, I'm actually rather surprised by that. I was thinking we were going to be awarded a large amount. I suppose you would be awarded more for remnants and for flesh golems, but it seems as though we are incredibly lucky to actually win that without too many casualties. As you can see, we only lost 3 Templar Paragons, 1 Sister of Mercy, and a Marnid. I don't know what a Marnid is, but yes, there we are. Okay, so he only has 160 remaining, and we have 640. I suppose what could have happened is that he didn't actually commit all of his flesh golems to that one engagement, so it could just be that fact. Well, if we win this round with a rather convincing victory, I suppose, we would then surmise that we could potentially take one of these strongholds around here, and maybe then we would be... Oh, this is actually going to be quite difficult, I think. These remnants are actually going to murder us quite considerably. Or maybe not. They are really fragile, as you can see. My horse is charging them and they're dying for 162 damage. Okay. Well, I did actually increase the difficulty. I have done that. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, yes. It seems as though here are all the flesh golems, and this is when we're going to have issues, isn't it? Yes. Yes, as you can see, we are going to have issues now. Yes. Okay, never mind. I will zip my lips in future, and I will say, no, this was very difficult indeed, yes, because it actually is turning out to be very difficult, because as you can see, flesh golems are incredibly powerful. I am hoping that my Alephs will start firing soon, so that they can actually assist us. Yes, there we are. Okay, they're starting to fire a little bit. That's good. Let's get our archers in a good formation as well, so that they can actually do some damage. Effective damage, should I say. And let's actually get in the fray to take out one of these flesh golems, perhaps, instead of glancing blows only. Let's do it. And, wow, okay, Templar Paragons appear to be incredibly good against flesh golems. Well, why wouldn't they be, I suppose, considering they are part of the Army of the Light. And it appears there's only one flesh golem remaining. I'm hoping I can actually take out one of these guys so that I can see how much XP they give. And there we are, 4,840 experience. That is incredible. Very nice indeed. And there we are. We did actually lose a large amount of units. And as I said, he did actually keep back many of his flesh golems for the last round. And unfortunately, we lost 12 Templar Paragons, 7 Sword Sisters, and a variety of other units in that engagement. Ouch. Oh well, we didn't actually get to rescue any prisoners or capture any enemies either, so yeah, maybe it's not too worth it to fight them. Okay. But we still actually have a rather reasonable amount of units. We didn't actually lose too many. We were mainly wounded in that, so as you can see here, though, I don't think taking one of these castles is actually possible just yet. Maybe it is, if I add a lot of Alephs, but would that be too fun? Don't know. So, yes, 102 Flesh Golems, 600 Footmen and Crossbowmen, 300 Death Knights themselves, and 1,500 Remnants. Now, the Remnants aren't too difficult to take out, but they are incredibly damaging and fast. So I think we may have to think about this a little bit further before we actually commit to an engagement in the Saranid lands. Oh yes. So, seeing as we have just taken out one of the undead hordes, and hopefully weakened them a little bit, I don't think we have weakened them at all actually. They are just going to come back with even greater vigor next time around. But anyway, we did actually take one of them down with minimal losses, I would like to say, and I will end this episode off here. So, next time on Blood and Steel, I think we will be heading to... This is actually very difficult because each faction is remarkably similar in their strength. I suppose the only one that we could potentially attack and take out of the game may be the Swadians. So, I think we may launch an offensive against them once again. Yes, they were actually very strong with their army, so I'm not entirely sure whether that is going to be a possibility, but I think they are the most likely candidate. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.